Hello, Leo, and welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, with your reading for January the 27th through February the 2nd. Let's get right to your card, shall we? This, by the way, is for a general reading. It's for your sun, moon, and rising also. All the links to the other videos will be below in the Show More section. Sometimes it takes me a minute to put them all up. Once everything is uploaded, then I make sure that all the links are in there. Also, if you'd like a personal reading, click on this link or check below. There'll be a link there to my website and you can check out the kind of readings I offer. Okay, this is for Leo. Leo, lovely Leo. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Leo through these cards for January the 27th through February the 2nd. 3 cards for one more card for me. Oh, is that 2? Well, that's it. You've got it. Never mind. You've got 3 cards. They are popping out fast and furiously today. Okay, lovely cards as well. These are clarifying cards for Leo. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Leo through these clarifying cards for January the 27th through February the 2nd? Please clarify the Strength card. There we go. And clarify there we are. Oh, there's crossover, darling. So check out your sun, moon, and rising in the cards below. Let's check out your cards. Okay, the first card out for you is the Knight of Swords, clarified by the 9 of Wands. Then you have the Strength card, clarified by the Queen of Swords. And then you have the Wheel of Fortune, clarified by the Page of Swords. Leo. Okay, the first card out for you is the Knight of Swords. Here I come to save the day. He is the champion for justice. He's a little impulsive, right? Because he's out there and he's going to judge you. If something nefarious is going on, he's like, off with their heads. Let me get that person's head off. So he is no joke, darling. But, you know, he's righteous. But as I say, be very careful of impulsive decisions or being quick to judge. It's really important that you hold judgment and, you know, listen, stay tuned for the astrology report so that you can kind of understand the energy behind this. And it's directly after this tarot reading. Okay, so clarifying the Knight of Swords is the 9 of Wands. And the 9 of Wands is saying that you probably feel like giving up on something. But when the 9 of Swords, because, you know, he's been protecting, you know, what's rightfully his. And maybe this can also mean litigation, right? So maybe there's something that you've just been in the fight for so long that you just feel like kind of giving up at this point. It's exhausting. And you're tired of it and you're like, is it all worth it? But when the 9 of Wands comes in, yes, it is. You're almost at the finish line. You know, one more fight and you're through. That's it. You know, you deserve this is yours. You deserve, fight for it. Definitely. You've worked hard for it. So you need to kind of just hang in there, darling. You're almost there. Don't worry. And you have the Strength card next. And the Strength card is all about, this is so beautiful. It's all about self-discipline, actually. It's about not reacting emotionally. It's about being able, when you can control your emotions and you can control your reactions, you can really enjoy the moment. So the lion's instinct is to attack, you know, anyone new, but he is really exercising self-control so he can really enjoy this wonderful moment with this maiden and really kind of trust. So this is saying your strength is in kindness and compassion. That's where your strength is. This is also about the courage to get outside of your comfort zone, right? To do something differently. And that's very Aquarian energy, right? Do something different. And you will really reap some benefits from that, from self-control. And look, you have the Queen of Swords. Is it the Queen or the King? It's the King of Swords. And the King of Swords, it's all about being righteous, right? He's a bit like the Justice card. And this is all about karma. It's all about, don't take any shortcuts this week, Leo. Don't do anything underhanded. Don't rush in and be impulsive. Be very, treat everyone with kindness and compassion, right? It's very that. You'll get back what you give out. So this is important for you to do. Go by the rules, right? I always think of him as Saturn, right? It's stick to the rules and structures, and put structure in place. Discipline. It's all about disciplining yourself. And it doesn't surprise me. We've got Neptune and Mars making a big appearance this week. So stay tuned for the astrology report. Afterwards, it'll make more sense to you. Your reading will from that. So this is about sticking to the rules, doing everything by the book and no shortcuts. And ta-da! You have the Wheel of Fortune, darling. The Wheel of Fortune is turning in your direction. I'm gonna make you love me. Oh, yes, I will. I know I can't sing, but I just love to do that. So, look, the Wheel of Fortune is always turning. It comes up, it goes down. It comes up, it goes down. So when it comes into your reading, you're going to be on an upswing. So you need to grab onto this Wheel of Fortune. Don't let it slip you by. Don't take your time. Jump on it. Get pulled up. Don't let that, turn around without you jumping on it. So the Wheel of Fortune is here for you. And it's saying you're ready to move on to the next phase of your life. So this is a very auspicious cards for you. It's a reading, but just remember, Leo, self-control. Look, heart-centered. This is you, darling, the lion, Leo, the lion. Have that courage to have some self-control and be kind and compassionate. The best of you. Bring out the best of you. And just remember, if you're speaking to someone, speak to them kindly and compassionately, and don't be harsh with them. Leo, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and if you haven't already, subscribe. And stay tuned for the astrology report, which is directly after this. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you on the other side. Hello, I'm so happy that you decided to stay around for the astrology report this week for January the 22nd through February the 2nd to see what is happening in the celestial sky for this week. And we start with Monday. January the 27th, Venus is conjunct Neptune. Venus is the planet of love, relationships, finance, and Neptune is the planet of creativity, kind of connection with the ethereal realm. It's also illusion and delusion. So these planets are both in Pisces. Now Neptune, it rules Pisces, so it's at home in Pisces. And Venus is exalted in Pisces, which means that Venus can really express herself fully in Pisces. So this is a very strong energy, and they are conjunct. Now, this is kind of a very sensitive, kind of dreamy and romantic energy. This transit is about filling your world with beauty, art, music, that you'll see beauty in everything. You may even see a relationship through rose-tinted glasses. It may not be as great as you think it is. But on the other hand, you can also feel disappointed in a relationship because it doesn't stand up to your impossible standards. Because this is a very idealistic energy. Now, meanwhile, it's incredible for creativity and fantasy writing. So if you're a writer, it's brilliant for that. Any kind of creative endeavor, the visual arts, it's a wonderful way to channel this energy. Now, you can also be tempted to purchase a big ticket item, because there's no kind of foresight. You just see something and you want it, and you may not even consider the balance in your bank account. It's like, oh, get the credit cards out. Yeah. So resist that urge. Run it by someone before you make those purchases, or, make that commitment. You may also find it a little difficult to focus at work because Neptune is very kind of dreamy and can take you on these long kind of daydreams, and you can get lost in thought. So a good thing to do at this time is to meditate, because this is a really beautiful way of connecting with the ethereal realm. And I mean, I've been feeling it today. And I haven't been able to focus till it's really late on these readings because I just wanted to think and contemplate and do other things, frankly. On Tuesday, January the 28th, Mars is square to Neptune, which is the very next day at 5:34 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it's kind of early in the morning. We're already feeling it. We've been feeling it for a few days. Neptune is a very slow-moving planet, so it will be feeling this for a while. So you may be feeling wiped out and tired. This aspect takes the wind out of your sails, it really kind of affects your self-esteem also. It can kind of make you paranoid or suspicious of people or their intentions, and take you on a journey of illusion, thinking that everyone is out to get you. It can be that. This is an energy that can have you gossiping or meddling in other people's affairs or business, and it's on, as well, you can be easily deceived by people, or, perhaps, look, if somebody approaches you with a get-rich-quick scheme and it seems too good to be true, it's probably a scam. So be aware of how enticing those things are, and up front, resist the urge to make any kind of major decisions on purchases or investments during this time. This is a really good time to retreat and to meditate, to go within. Use this energy to connect with source. Neptune is a really good way of doing that. So when you go within, Mars is, outward energy. So if you can go within, you can use that energy to connect with the ethereal realm. And, stay out of people's business and work through your own issues instead. This is a good time to work through what's going on with you and to address anything that's holding you back. Now, on Friday, January the 31st, the moon is void of course from 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time till 7:28 p.m. when it enters Taurus. So don't sign any contracts during this time don't commit to anything while the moon is stationary, because it is just there and it's not moving, it's not getting any kind of momentum. So you don't want to commit to anything during this time. It's very kind of much like Mercury in retrograde energy. Another reason to not purchase anything. You can regret things, regret purchases or commitments. Anything that you've signed, you may regret it. So don't do that on Friday. Now, on Sunday, February the 2nd, oh, it's Groundhog Day, by the way. Seems really early to be Groundhog Day. Anyway, it is. And Venus is sextile Pluto at 2:07 a.m. Pluto's a very slow moving planet. You know, it's an outward planet. It's a modern planet. So we are going to feel this energy. And look, it's a beautiful energy because sextile is harmonious, right? So during this time, shallow connections are not tolerated during this transit. Only deep, meaningful connections are fostered, and it's all we have time for. We don't have time for inauthentic or, shallow people. It's really, we want deep and meaningful connections. Now, if you are already committed to somebody, your relationship could evolve to a new plateau. A more meaningful, perhaps even spiritual connection with your loved one. And if you are single, you could fall madly in love for someone and even become obsessed with them. There's a very kind of intense sexual energy in the air, and it is possible to even explore the taboo during this time. Now, as a result of that, clandestine affairs are feasible and are possible. So, yes, watch out for that. Thank you so much for staying till the end of this video, and I really appreciate you. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And guys, another way to support me is through Patreon. You can click on this link here and go to my Patreon page, and I post things there that I don't post anywhere else. And I want to thank my patrons. They really help me each month. That really helps. And you can support me for as little as $1 a month, which is $12 a year. It's not a lot for you, but it's huge for me. That all mounts up, and I really appreciate your support. And if not, darling, I don't want to push you. That's great. You can check out my Patreon page anyway. And I just want to let you know that I really appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week.